Hey guys, still here, welcome back to Mars. Today, on Mars, I have to do more expansion. Right now, the colony is doing pretty damn well as far as self-sufficiency goes. We have our own machine parts factory. We also have our own polymer factory. And that means that these two needs are now getting met. We get a ton of fuel being produced, and on top of that we have a decent supply of electronics. So overall, I'd say things are progressing rather well. Now, before I forget to mention it, the videos from Surviving Mars, they're an hour long. They're supposed to help you relax. They're supposed to be running in the background. I mean, there's plenty to see, but it's always nice to have something running in the background. At least that's the way I consider it. That's why these ads, why these ads don't have any videos. Well, for some YouTube videos that does seem to be the case. Why these videos don't have any ads in the meanwhile, so in between. And I fixed that by using Patreon. So if you like the stuff that I'm building out, or I'm putting out here as content goes, then you could really do me a big favor and toss a buck or two my way through Patreon. Now, we had a couple of expeditions at the end of the previous episode, and I'm now reaping the rewards. I'm getting a little bit of metal, and the other one is coming down with a fairly solid amount of exportable valuable materials, rare metals, which means that this thing just needs fuel. I have plenty of that. So load it up, and the butterfly can flap its wings and go back home. Now, as I mentioned, there is quite a bit to do. I actually have unemployment. People are looking for more jobs. Let's see, we got 7 unemployed over here. And, well, there's really not that much more that I can do for them. Their comfort is really high. The only thing that they're missing is gaming. And I don't really see a great way of fixing that staffing issue. I mean, sure enough, I could open up the infirmary. And I could open up the space bar during the nights. Maybe the diner? That only leaves one person unemployed, but I don't have any more jobs. Oh, maybe the grocer. Now, there's even one homeless. Really? Who would that be? A youth. Okay. This one accepts only children. So the youth, arguably, would be living in a standard habitat, a standard apartment, but they're all full. How about this dome? This dome is also full. Oh, crap. Okay, people, I need you to stop reproducing for a moment. Because I need to start thinking about where my next dome is going to go. What I have available are still only the basic domes. If I get my research done... it's going to take me a long time to go for a medium dome on 7,000 research cost. So that is not going to happen. Microengineering or micromanufacturing will open up the electronics factory. So what I'd ideally do is create another basic dome, throw down again one of those hanging gardens, another apartment building, the electronics factory, and start producing my own electronics. And that would, well, pretty much entirely put the colony on self-sufficiency. I need quite a few people in order to work this place. Let's see, this is a research site for 15. That's for 20. This is a metal deposit, though.
Mars official radio with your first radio host choice with the best radio
and I already built the structures out here. Yeah, I am planning definitely on doing it here. Let's see, how far can the passage go? Oh, that's pretty respectable. Somewhere just northwest of that deposit. So I would have to have the dome more or less here. Can I capture both? Yes, here. And I think that's just about the only spot that I can use. So I'm going to be building... I don't like that. I'm going to be building right on top of the metal deposit. If I do it like that, can I still access that deposit? Yeah, I should be able to. Alright, so that's where that dome is going to go. However, as the game indicates, it is outside of the range of any drone controller. So what I first need to do is get another drone controller. And, well, beyond the RC drone commander, I don't really see a way of doing it. So let's just move this thing over to a slightly better position. So that it can automatically start to work on this dome, albeit slowly. Because the drones are going to have to go all the way from here to there. And they might, well, they might not even be able to reach everything. We do have that universal depot there. Maybe that'll work. The drones will then take stuff from the big storage to the universal depot, making sure there's at least 3 of the items over there. And then bring the items from here all the way over there to the dome. It's going to take a while though. In the meanwhile, let's go for another ramp. And I want that ramp to be built more or less in this area here. I have considered going for a dome, no, not a dome, a ramp from here to here, so flattening this. But I think it's just going to be a hell of a project. So it'd be from here. Yeah, too large. The game's not accepting that. I know, by the way, that I can also go for something along the lines of a tunnel. Here. Tunnels, however, require a, well, pretty hefty amount of resources. Whereas ramps, they do not. And since my dozer isn't really doing much of anything, let's get the dozer over here. The other one is also ready to export. Do I want to export though? Because there were still some projects. Yeah, I don't really want to export. Especially since there's the breakthrough up for grabs. First up, new research. After the micro manufacturing completes, what else would I require? This is amplify. RC transport harvest faster and gather more storage. Or get more storage. Yeah, let's go build a drone hub. So ideally I would get this stuff offloaded. Get the RC commander ready to help out with the expedition. And then get the breakthrough and see what that's going to yield me. So for now the drones from here, well, they're going to be taking a bit of time going back and forth. Slowly building that up. The rocket needs to be offloaded first. The Great Lakes. Oh, it still also has metals on board. Right. More metals that I really can't store anywhere. Okay, another metal depot then. And the drones swarm into the rocket. All very eager. Look at them go. All very eager to get their own share of the metal. This could make for an interesting screenshot. And you can actually see these things carrying the metal. I still don't quite know how they do it. On their heads, I guess? It's not like these things have any sort of cargo capacity. I mean, well, sure enough, they must have some. But where? Alright, let's get the thing offloaded. Once it's offloaded, it's good to go on expedition. 2, 1, 0. Ready for takeoff. Objective over here. And off you go. So this thing is temporarily slowed down. When I get this thing back online, when I get it built, I'm going to need more life support. Especially more water. Because at the moment I'm producing just a little bit more than what I need. But by a very, very small margin. Let's get another water extractor running. I'll have to make sure it has power. Which you can probably just do like that. And then hook it up to the main network. Here, there, and... whoop, not that one.
Funding received.
Nice. Export complete. Now, ideally, I would bring in my butterfly with more colonists. But I already have too many colonists. So I cannot really do much here. So the only thing that I can do is bring it back with a drone commander. Drone hub. Maybe just a couple of those. Because they're always handy to have. What else would I need? I don't really need a commander. I don't need an explorer. I don't need a transport. I don't need a dozer. I don't need resources either. The only thing I cannot really get myself yet, or not easily, is seeds. So let's start getting a depot running for those things. It's more of a later game. Whoops. More of a later... oh, no! More of a later game thing that I want to build. but I will at some point have to start storing these things. Alright, the research breakthrough was the overcharged amplifications. Amplify upgrades grant a bigger boost to production. Right. That's handy to have. This is reasonably good. By the way, somebody asked me, why do you not use the fusion reactors? Because you have the breakthrough. Why do you not research the breakthrough? Well, I don't have the fusion reactors. The fusion reactors are somewhere deeper down in this tree, and it's going to take me a while to get down here. So for now, the whole breakthrough doesn't really help me do anything. The only thing that the breakthrough might get me to do... no, sorry, it's not even a mission goal. So, no, it's not really anything useful at the moment. Alright, additional water supply connected.
Sector scanned.
We do have a great dust storm coming in pretty soon. I know that that won't affect my water supply too much, but nevertheless, I am going to place down a couple more water towers. You never know when a crisis hits, and it's better to have additional water than too little water. What I do know is that my oxygen tanks, or, well, not the oxygen tanks so much, but the oxygen producers, the Moxies. Where'd I put those? Here. These are going to shut down. Total production 6, total demand 1.7, so we're filling these things up pretty quick. That's good. Alright, you can serve once again as an intermediary between the new dome and the basic, the storage. If you get any drones assigned to you, that is. Let's go for 8 drones, the maximum that this thing can get. There. Come on, boys. You can go and build that dome, right? I mean, you could a moment ago. Oh, maybe it's that they need to reach the center pile here, and they just couldn't do that. Alright, the Great Lakes is once again ready, refueled and everything. The RC Transport, research progress. Where is my RC Transport? I was just going back out on expedition. No, wait, one. I need you out here. There we go. Now that's going to help with my current research goals, so that's going to probably finish off the drone hub in almost one go. And then I'm moving on to deep scanning, so I can look for better deposits. Because who knows, there might be more water in the area where I'm currently at. Or, ideally, more depots of underground rare metals. More deposits. And meanwhile, the butterfly is almost here. Coming in with seeds and 2 drone hubs. And the next drone hub I'll probably deploy over here. I got a significantly greater reach than the lowly reach of the drone commander. So with that increased surface area, I'll be able to get my drones from here to there easily. And I might actually set up a small extra universal depot over here, so it's easily accessible for every building and every dome. Let's see, we got 2 people homeless, 8 people
Research
unemployed.
Complete. Anomaly
Ooh,
analyzed.
that's a lot. 3,500. Nice. Oh, what's in the way? There's the Explorer. New trade route. They want me to send them polymers for 155 concrete. No. I don't like that one. So the drone hub is instantly completed and deep scanning is almost done. What is going to be next? RC Commander starts with 4 additional drones and limit is now 12. Oh, sorry, is increased by 12. That's pretty significant. I don't really need that, I think. I might need this one at some point, the Martian University, which will train scientists, geologists, botanists, medics, engineers, and security officers on an as-needed basis. This is better performance. This is just flat-out money. Wasn't there a research goal that I had? Yeah, here, research 8 terraforming techs for another flat 100 research bonus. Well, this one's pretty easy to do. This is just a whole bunch of additional anomalies. Greenhouses, vegetation. That should keep the scientists going for quite a while. Alright, with the butterfly now back on Mars, I can build my additional drone hub over here. Let's see, where do I want that? I could build it all the way out here, and it would just about capture the other... Yeah, it just about captures the depots. I do like this position here. Unfortunately, right now, it won't do much, because it doesn't actually catch power from anything. How much power does that need? 3. That's not too bad. What I can do is build a wind turbine next to it. I'll definitely need power for this thing anyway, so I might as well get that thing built. Alright, you're good to go for another expedition, Butterfly. Oh, sorry, you're ready to go home. Yeah. Let's do that, just before that dust storm hits.
Sector scanned.
There we go. Drone hub built. Large wind turbine coming up very soon. These are the drones that are being commanded by the new drone hub. Power should be coming up right now. Spinning, and the drone hub is ready to go. So now all the drones are going to be charging back and forth, getting the supplies and building the new dome. Alright, the Great Lakes is ready. This is new text for 7 drones. Yeah, I can do that. Means that the drone workforce is going to get slightly lower, but it should still be manageable. This one's outside of range. Power at the daytime is very good. At nighttime, I had a couple of the batteries over here and the big one. That should be enough. This thing discharges at, I think, yeah, maximum output of 100. I'm thinking about that dust storm. If that dust storm hits, the power is going to be generated by the turbines only. They will generate more, but I might need a few more wind turbines. Let's put these things here and then jam in another wind turbine there. In case you're thinking of noise pollution, these people are living inside of a dome.
Anomaly
So
analyzed.
I don't think that they're going to be suffering from too much noise pollution here. Ah, domes without life support. The new dome is ready. That means that I can now set my new tunnel up, my passage from here to... Really? From here to here. If you do it one way, it doesn't work. If you do it the other way, it's perfectly fine.
There's
What do we
more
get?
to the barren
Nice.
environs of the red planet than meets
That's a
the
good
eye.
haul. Including another one-time subsidy of $1 billion funding. That's valuable. The farm. I might need this. Unless I can get terraforming done quickly. Oh, and the fusion reactor. If I get this for 6,300 research, and then I get that for another 2,000, that's going to mean that fusion reactors require no workers and operate at 150 performance. So it's going to give me a boost to power generation. Like a big, big boost. Which is really nice. Food, 115. Oh, here's the dust storm. How long is that going to last? Well, it's not that bad. Just one day. I have seen worse. There we go. Leaks are being opened by this dust storm. We're losing power. We're still generating more power than I need. I know they get a boost from the dust storm, but this much? Well, let's not complain. So for the moment, that new technology that I can get is not really a priority for me. Because at the moment,
Research
I just have
complete.
enough. Alright, deep scans are complete. Jeez, look at that. This looks like radiation. Let's go scan a few more sectors here.
Funding received.
Ah, the export's complete. Now, I'm gonna need a new spire. The Hanging Gardens. I'm going to need another apartment building. Over there. This would also be a fantastic research site. So it's going to require the electronics lab. And it's going to require another research site. Let's go for a research lab. Production. Electronics factory. These things do require a load of power, I think. 10 power. Oh, it's not as bad as I thought. Guys, please fix these leaks pretty quick, because we are running a deficit on power right now. It's not the only leak either. Dust storm is done in 9 hours. Power? Stored power is still full? Are you kidding? Are we only using the other batteries then? Ah, there we go. No, we weren't using the batteries at all. Just as a temporary overflow. Perfect. Now, I only have 4 drones over here. Let's reassign 2 drones from the drone commander, because I usually use it as an overflow unit, so that I can quickly get a couple of extra drones somewhere. This one is commanding 32. Maybe I need to ship in a few more drones. Oh, and I need to start shipping in more people. Passengers. Filter. What I need is more scientists and more engineers. Botanists, potentially. I'll take a few, and maybe some geologists. Am I also filtering for the perks?
I'm Panamasculine, and you're listening
Not
to
really
Mars
required.
Official Radio, your
Go.
reliable source for the music you
Yep,
love.
I know. I don't have any space for people. Don't worry about that. That'll be fixed. 20.01 loss in power, but it's still fine. And the dust storm is done. Alright, the Great Lakes can return.
Resources are low.
I'm losing, or I'm running a little low on machine parts. I'm still producing a lot more. So it should be alright. Food, however, I think is slowly declining. So I might need to do another botanic farm here. Which is possible, since I have quite a few unemployed people here. Oh, sorry, not a botanic farm, a hydroponic farm. Alright, hanging gardens are almost completed. Research lab still requiring everything, and the apartments are going to be a priority. Also, the whole dome needs to be a priority. Because at the moment, the dome is not ready yet. And the butterfly is about to arrive. There we go. Hanging gardens complete. Apartments, top priority. These drones must be really busy as well. That's my, Oh, crap. No, sorry. It's not that bad. The RC dozer is actually working. It's working on the ramp. It's still gonna have to take out a load of excess waste rock. As expected, really. Alright, get those apartments online. They're depositing everything. They're even building a tree right along the apartments, I guess. Curious how that works. It's like they're summoning it to go up. Drone load problem. How bad? Yeah, medium. I need more drones. Plain and simple. So let's get you loaded up, Great Lakes. Because I have a small supply of rare metals here. The Church of the New Ark. If I export 50 polymers, they're going to give me more metal. No, I'm fine on metals. 500. Ah, excellent. It's ready. Let's land it. And you're being loaded up with export. So now I've pretty much achieved self-sufficiency. Because right now I have all the resources that I need, which are being produced. Sure enough, I might not have enough. There might still be shortages here and there. But at least I'm producing everything myself. Let's make this a food quadrant, so a diner and a grocer and what do I usually put? I think an infirmary. And down in the middle, a small garden. We have the research lab operational. Let's go for a second work shift there. This one's gonna have ideally 2 work shifts because I'm running low on the amount of electronics. And of course they'll need a space bar. They want to have a place to drink.
Sector scanned.
Also, with the amount of workforce that I'm requiring here, I think I might need a second apartment building. That does make the dome quite full, but then again, the next dome is probably not going to be here. It's probably going to be somewhere else. The next research is coming along nicely. Yep, I think for the moment I don't really have to do anything. Just enjoy the view of Mars. And really up close the game does look good. I think we might see some people using the passages every now and then. These fast walkways from dome to dome. You can also see the little drones using the overpass here. What the hell? Why are you walking across here, buddy? Mr. Jenkins. Why are you walking? I can use one of the transit ways. That doesn't quite make sense. Because they're allowed to use these passages for, well, pretty much anything. Okay, amount of electronics is going up. Very good. Researchers. An additional 482 research is being used. A couple of buildings that I don't have enough food for, but that's being fixed. The infirmary doesn't have enough shifts yet. Ah, there we go. Planetary survey. So, I can now start to send the butterfly on an expedition. Project Alpha. Research progress for the RC commander. Always nice to have. So just offload the additional rare metals. And then get the RC commander loaded up. And we're good to go.
Anomaly found.
Bit of an anomaly over there. Can lead to a breakthrough. Nice. Let's send the explorer out there. Which is already on the way. Eager to seek out new explanation or new explanations. Yeah, right. New discoveries. I'm gonna keep loading up the Great Lakes and prep it for export. Let's have a look. What are these other projects that I can undertake? Project Portier. 3 geologists gives me resources. Project Rain. Multiple strain signals detected over time can all be traced to this area. Again, resources. Sanctuary, more resources. Shape, new techs. And Solar gives me research progress for 5 medics. I don't know if I have that many people here. Colonists. And they would need to be of the medic persuasion. Yeah, I have 5. Exactly 5. Those medics better not die. I'm gonna have a pretty big challenge on my hands. Alright, spacebar created.
Anomaly analyzed.
Nice. 3,500. So that leaves Greenhouse Mars unlocked, and I can now build the GHG factory. Burns fuel to increase the temperature of Mars, using greenhouse gases. Fuel I have a load of. So let's get this thing going. The GHG factory. And of course I can always turn this thing off if at some point it turns out that I'm going to need that fuel for myself. Right now, with 3 of these things operational, I'm creating 36 fuel per day. How much do these need? Consumption, I think 1 fuel per day.
Maybe have a glass of wine and a donut.
I might not be able to build all of them though. Because I don't have enough construction parts, or machine
Sector
parts.
You
scanned.
know how to reach me. It is soon Friday again.
Alright, the butterfly is ready to land.
Mark.
You're still being loaded up, expecting exports.
Time.
But the exports are also being used in my own
Breakthrough
electronics factory.
discovered.
So they might not get that much to export. Alright, forever young. Seniors can work and have children. The golden years have officially been postponed indefinitely, as a recent breakthrough has finally unlocked the fountain of youth. Every man and woman on Mars now has the ability to remain within their most productive and fertile age forever. 6,000 points. Let's see, raising the terrain. No, that's not really what I need. Unlocks the creation of artificial lakes. And the open farm. Once I have those, I might be getting really close to that mission profile. Yeah, I'm getting under 6 out of 8. Oh, actually, then I'm there, pretty much. I don't need that one, then. Instead, I'm going to go for Amplify, so I can get more out of my extractor. And the exchange will be fuel. And that will allow this one, the rare metals extractor, to hopefully dig up a bit more. Its yield is still not great, but workable. Okay, let's get you loaded up, fueled, and ready to go. And the next project... yeah. Let's just go for research progress. Why not?
Research complete.
Growth stimulators complete. Vegetation grows 40% faster. And we are getting our actual temperature up. 0.5 per sol. I think, however, that these things... yeah, has a significant boosted terraforming effect at low temperatures. So at some point they will decrease in
Resources
amount
are
of
low.
effectiveness. Our food's going down a bit. Go for leaf crops, because you generally get a bit more from that. Now, with that scan, I found a deep rare metal deposit over there, which is a pretty good location, because I think it can get serviced by both of the domes. The challenge is getting to the deposit, because I don't have the technology to exploit that yet. Let's queue up the rest of the area here, my immediate surroundings. Planetary anomaly analyzed, 2,500 research gained, and that puts Domeless farming at 43%. That is my crutch. That is the thing that I want to use in order to get my food farming, or my food production done. And I want my farm to be probably over here. So let's start with building a drone hub. And get another power line here. I know that I can directly attach it, but I like to keep this overview. And yes, I know of the risks. I know that that can cause multiple cable fractures. Butterfly's ready to land. That's all the medics. Alright, now it's time to use that other terraforming item, the forestation plant. 10 metal, 5 electronics, so I think I'd better just build one. I'm gonna start and prep the soil here. And by doing this, I hope to then create enough fertile soil over here so that my farm, my open farm, that is halfway through being researched, is going to be more productive. Because the more fertile the farm, the more effectiveness you get out of it. Once again, loading up with fuel, and the next project... let's go get some resources. I think Project Portier was interesting. Just a few geologists. Fuel first, geologist second, shake, blend, and you might find that you actually get the stuff that you need. This one is gonna have to pick up a few seeds so that the forestation plant can work. Right now I can only plant lichen. At some point, I'm gonna need 10% of temperature. It's quite a bit. And I'm gonna need water. Oh, and this is such a good track, by the way. I think this is my favorite track from Surviving Mars. It's just such a nice background tune. Oh, they're gonna scan a planetary anomaly. Really? Water pumped up. Enough left? Plenty left. Air systems. Never really look at the colony in this much detail. Bunch of drones which seem to be bored? Really? Because if you guys are bored, then I have a task for you. Like working over there. Because that means that this one is not using quite a few drones. And this one seems to be fairly busy. There. Balance out the drones a bit. Great Lakes just needs one more rare metal. And off she goes. Oh, you're also controlling drones. I think that what might have happened is that the drones, which were originally controlled by the drone commander, the drone controller, were now sent over to the Great Lakes. So the Great Lakes is going home. And then this one is going to take no control of the drones, actually, because they got reassigned permanently to a drone hub. Now, Beyond Earth, vision of the future.
Aliens did not build the pyramids. Human beings built the pyramids with ingenuity and hard work.
Now this is once again Gene Roddenberry, aka Gene Roddenberry, the inventor of Star Trek. One of the wealthiest and most powerful people on Earth addresses the UN Assembly, and his speech is about hope for the future. We, as a united species, can conquer the stars and just expand outwards, or well, outwards and upwards. And I am a firm believer of that particular story. Now, I've got a nice amount of polymer, so let's bring these guys back home. That was the geologist that went off on an expedition. Oh. We got hit by a dust storm, or one of those dust devils. Over here, by the way, we have the forestation plant. Slowly but steadily, it's trying to... there we go. A couple of pockets have already been seeded. Well done. Now, one thing I might need to look into is the amount of concrete that I get, and especially the amount of food that I get, looking at it now. Let's convert it to a trade pad. Let's say I would want to export metals and get food. What can anybody offer? Anything? 118 food for our 50 metals, sure. Because I would really like my people not to starve. Thank you very kindly. Alright, let me turn the radio down a bit. I mean, it is a great tune. Oh, now this one has too many drones. They're all just sitting around. That will change, however, by the time that I actually get my farm, because then there will be plenty to do. You can always use more capable drone farm hands on the farm. Butterfly, ready to go on the next expedition, which is going to be Project Rain. Again, resources. I think it's going to be either polymers or rare metals or standard metals. That does seem to be the general tendency of what you're going to get. In the meanwhile, who are you guys? The Church of the New Ark is awaiting their delivery of metals. And once I've delivered 50 metals to them, they're going to drop off all the food that they have on. So that's the 101, I think. And Sector C5, which is a bit out of the way, does contain a lot of underground metals. So combine that with this one, and we have about 3,000 metal just sitting there. That's a lot of stuff.
Anomaly analyzed.
Ah, there we go. Rare metals. This one's going back to Earth, the Great Lakes. So let's see, what do I need for the Great Lakes? What do I need it to come back with? Actually, let's go for births allowed in the first dome. Not so much the second. 1 vacant residency.
Funding
This one still has
received.
vacant residency and vacant work slot, so that lines up. This dome, similar. A bit. Another 720 million. Very good. I'm going to offload the butterfly slightly, but leave export on and just send it back. And then in the meanwhile, get more seeds in, I guess, because I don't really need too much from the others. Maybe a couple of drones? And just not blow through the whole budget. Leave about 600 million there. And another 720 million is going to be on the way pretty soon. Butterfly offloads, but not all the exports. So now I just have to put more fuel into it.
Research complete.
And then after that, go back to Earth. Goal completed. Domeless farming is now done. And that means that I get another flat 100 research. Thank you to my sponsor. Right, so with the open farm, I don't think that I'm going to be getting a ton of food. I mean, it's going to take a while. Ideally, I would have 2. So 1 here and 1 slightly off to the side. If I put it here, is it going to be covered? Yeah, easy. Alright. They do require a ton of water, though. They require 10 water. Water, I still have a plenty. I can produce another 0.7 more. I think that goes for all of them. So let's get that capacity upped. Yes, another one there.
No active research.
Oh, crap. What is next then? Let's go start working on the biotech sphere. Because with this, you can unlock better food for the farms. Maybe not so much the open farm, although, well, it stands to benefit from it. No, mostly the hydroponics farms that I have. And those could definitely benefit from getting better food. This one's going to require piping and power. Gaming tournament. Another colony is organizing a large-scale gaming competition, highly anticipated by all gamer colonists. Come to watch the Marscraft tournament live. The most immersive gaming experience in the solar system awaits you. Sponsored by the Colony of Europe. This ad runs on the most renowned TV channels on Earth. Your secretary is in shock that there are people willing to travel to Mars in order to live watch some of the stupid games. Surviving Mars is not a game. They do have a sense of humor. Surviving Mars is not a game. You lose 40% gamers. So everybody who has the gamer trait is, well, leaving, I guess? You gain 25 standing. I'm not sure with who. Maybe with Europe? That wouldn't make sense. Because if I say that Surviving Mars is not a game, and Europe is hosting that, I'd say I'd lose standing. We can make our own gaming tournament. I gain 10 gamer colonists, but I lose a bit of standing. And alternatively, we'll gather a team to participate and try to make the grand reward. I can either win or lose 25 morale for 10 souls. And then if you have any of the others, you can gain 50 tourists and 10 engineers. Or if you're Paradox, we'll make a game design tournament instead. No, I'm gonna gather a team and take part. We played well, but we lost. GG. Minus 25 morale for 10 souls for all gamers. So be it. Extraction is completed, so I can now amplify the rare metals extractor. And the same can be said for all the water extractors as well. Let's see if I generate enough water. If I hook this thing up to power, we're going to find out. Building not working. That would indeed be that one. Oh, I need water. I need water and I need a lot more temperature. Well, there goes that plan then. So, the butterfly. You should be getting this stuff offloaded, my dear butterfly. You have too much on you. What? Or not? Okay. I'll not ask any questions. Now I'm getting another offer for food from Europe for 147 for 50 food. Oh, sorry, for 50 metal. For now, I think I'm good. Let's land the other rocket. This one's offline. What I'm going to have to do is go on a special project. If I capture an ice meteor or an ice asteroid, it's going to add 5% water to Mars. It's going to take up 100 fuel, 50 machine parts. It is pretty expensive, but it is a very quick way of getting more water on Mars. Oh, you're not connected. I'm sorry. Let's add a few more water towers here. Those should automatically all be hooked up to the water supply. And then I'm holding, what, 500 points of water, so that's going to be 800 now. Research complete on low G fungi. What's next? Unlocks new crops in farms and hydroponics that provide oxygen and improve soil quality. Yeah, that's nice. But do I really need that? Let's get the water vaporators first and then see what happens. Next is water and oxygen and power storage increased by 50%. It's not a bad research to get. Sterling gens for more power, but for power I already have the breakthrough and later on the fusion gens. How about this one? Engineers and geologists have plus 10 performance when working in their specialty. That will allow my engineers and geologists to produce more stuff as they're working. Speaking of, how much are they producing now?
Great dust storm approaching.
96 building performance. But that's also because there are some people in here who do not have a workspace specialization. Or workplace. Hold on. So that means that their performance is 38. But I'm getting minus 12 from morale. Because their morale is low. And they have the wrong workplace specialization. Yeah, so maybe these guys are better off not working here. If I limit it, it's going to go down to... Oh, it's going to go down to 85. So they don't subtract anything. But let's say that they're not too helpful either. How about the engineers? Or sorry, no, the scientists. This is all science. All scientists. Here. This one. All scientists as well. No homelessness. A bit of space here. A bit of space there, a bit of space there. But only one space here. Okay.
Research.
Great Lakes. It's time to get an ice asteroid. Hygroscopic coating. That means that we now have another tier. Farm increases the comfort of all residents. Yeah. That's alright. Maybe just go for a specialized, let's say, education dome. And in the education dome, I'll have a Martian university. Probably the school. And, of course, another hanging gardens to make sure that people are comfortable enough. What else would be handy there? A nursery? And where would I place it? Because it would have to be connected.
Resources are low.
Can I still use the area here? Maybe.
Funding received.
Oh, you scanned something, did you? Okay. So I would have to build another dome. Let's say about here. And that way it's still connected to a research site. So it's going to have a 15% research boost. And I could still connect it up to the other dome, provided that I remove this wind turbine. That could host another bunch of colonists. Let's say another 44. If I remove... Yeah, that could be worth it. If I move over the electronics factory from here to here, I could have another research lab here. Because this one takes up a lot of people.
Found. Select a sector
nice.
to scan.
It takes up a lot of people. And I'm not even working all the shifts yet. So right now, how much am I getting? Whew. There can still be another 4 people per shift. Right. That's quite a lot. Also, my machine parts are currently really struggling. Because I'm throwing everything I have on the Great Lakes, which is then going to capture that asteroid. Yeah, there's not a whole lot I can do to get the engineers to produce more. Whatever happened to my power, though? I'm generating just a bit more than what I actually need. Curious. Now, since machine parts are gone, I won't be able to set up any more of these things, the wind turbines, big or small. So it's going to have to be additional solar panels. They require metal, and that is something I have quite a lot of. That's another 30. So there's another 50 in total, during the day, that is. We have... Yeah, we're losing 101 power overnight. There's 1375 stored, but that's... it's gonna go pretty quick, I think.
There's more to the barren
Nice, another
of the red
bunch.
planet.
Let's see, what would I want to queue up? We've got the residences in basic domes, microdomes, and barrel domes have increased comfort. Always good to have. I want my people comfortable. We got the ecology spire, which I don't really like. Unlocks planting of bushes and trees in forestation plants. Yes, it does, but with the caveat that you need a lot of terraforming already done in order to get to that stage. Not a priority right now. Let's go for that one as well. I'm saying not a priority because it's going to take me quite a while before I get up to the temperature. Water's going to go pretty quick with that special project. But this is still progressing quite slowly. Let alone forestation. Forestation takes forever. I do at least have enough seeds for this forestation plant. And we're actually getting quite a few pockets of more, let's say more fertile soil, although I don't think you're going to grow much here. Not really. Food's going down a bit again.
Greetings from Earth. Now, I
Alright,
wanted an audience
you're back again.
with the founders of the first human settlement away from our dear blue planet for a long time now.
I'm not going to read through all of these again because I've already done that on the previous playthrough. What I can now research is the Beyond Earth initiative, and that research to help the Aldrin base project. If I do that, and it counts as a breakthrough, it's going to cost me 5,000 research, so it is pretty hefty on the fee. It's going to allow me to get any bonus of my choosing, I believe. Which is quite nice, really. It's quite nice indeed. Anyway, this dome, ideally repurpose it as a research site. So then move this one over to a different dome. And if I want to go for a bigger dome, 7,000 research. That is expensive. The rest is farther down the tree. Yeah. Well, that does not leave me with a lot of options.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
It basically has to be a basic dome. No pun intended. Concrete. It's gonna go through a lot of my concrete. 80 out of 128.
Research complete.
Let's amplify this one to get a bit more. Martian education is now done, which is nice. That's going to help, provided I have the room to build one. Let's just build the bullet and build the bullet? Bite the bullet. Jesus. And build a basic dome over there. Another construction site. Look at them all swarm in. I still have to set up one of those overpasses here.
You're listening to Mars
I do have
Official
decommission
Radio.
protocol,
I'm
right?
your host, Metzger.
Yeah, okay.
I left my home country
I was
when
worried that I
in my
couldn't actually
20s.
remove the
Coming
electronics
to a new
factory here.
culture is
That would have
quite
been a problem.
challenge. Over the years, I noticed how I absorbed parts of the
Let's go
American
down
culture.
again.
The
Yes, I'll accept
personality
your
I
offer.
have today is the result of that fusion. I believe that I influenced America.
Nice.
On a meta
1,519
level, the
rare
exact
metals
same
just
kind of
there.
absorption is taking place
1,300
right
over
now
here.
on Mars. I'm
There's
changing,
800
and
there.
The planet will change too,
There's probably still
developing
quite a
according
lot
to
that I
its
don't even
varying
know of.
culture. Next track, please.
Right, carry on.
We
Normally
discovered
realized.
unusual
Oh, nice.
crystals
400 million. Thank you kindly. Since I don't really need anything from Earth, I can spend it on research. Outsource. 5,000 research for 1 billion for the next 5 sols. Or, well, spread out over the next 5 sols. So that's going to help with production on, or not production, on research quite a bit. Allowing bioscaping to be done faster. Further raising the comfort of the domes, and especially their residences. I think their comfort is already quite high. I mean, they all have access to a hanging gardens. So they don't really have anything to complain about. Let's get that large wind turbine scrapped. Yeah, guys, I need you to clear that. Come on. Thank you. Passage to there. That makes this the research dome. So this electronics factory is going to have to get rebuilt somewhere else. But first, habitable conditions. Hanging gardens. Homes, an apartment building. The under production, that is electronics factory. Not enough power. Yeah, you're right. The whole dome doesn't get any power yet. Oh, we're under a dust storm again. I was wondering what was going on. Let's set this thing to low priority. Oof. I'm losing a load of power. Like a ton of it. Something is really power hungry. Let's demolish this one. That's 10 power that I'm saving. Research labs. Take 5 power. What is taking up all of my energy? Can I see that? Graphs. Power. That's stored power, but that's going down. Produced and demanded. It only says it's power as a research. Power grids. Grid 1 and Grid 2. Grid 2 is probably the new dome. But it doesn't really say what I am so much... Oh! This one. Machine parts factory. I don't like it. Especially since I'm going to have to repair some stuff here. Because in a great dust storm, stuff gets damaged. But I cannot keep up with such a drain on the power. School doesn't require any power. I need to shut down more systems. Ah, there we go. Minus 18 now. Okay, that's better. But that means that this thing is taking up power. Shut it down. -3. That's survivable. The Great Dust Storm is here to stay. Can I upgrade anything? I do have the... No, I don't have the blade stack yet. Okay, let's prioritize that. Because if I get polymer blades, I can upgrade all of these things. And of course the larger brothers. For polymers. But I need that quick. Because that power is going down. Fortunately, I have 2,000 research per soul. So the research should be done very, very quickly. Yeah, 31% in. Of course, I can already see that up there. Derp. That's the new electronics factory. Uh-oh. Concrete. Concrete's also required here. This one's doing as much as it can. And I cannot build another one. Because I need machine parts. Don't have access to those.
Research complete.
There we go. Low G turbines. Alright, this is going to add 33% production, so that would be in another 6 to 7. That's only only two polymers. Let's just do all of them then. Get that upgraded, guys. -62 power. Stored power is nothing. Upgrade all the... No, not shut them down. Upgrade them.
Sector scanned.
Leak detected. That's not very helpful. Fix that. I don't even need these things out here anymore. This was the original space for the concrete miner. Concrete extractor. Oh, there we go. Plus 33 power. We're positive again. A big thank you to all the drones who got this thing done so quickly. Oxygen? Yeah, we're bleeding oxygen. Where? Here. Power and oxygen. You know what? I'm going to install a valve here. I barely use these things. But this valve is going to allow me to just shut down this thing to here, which I currently don't need. There. Valve closed. So now if I have another leak over here, at least I won't notice. I won't lose any power, or sorry, I won't lose any oxygen or water. There's another leak. Oh dear, my water extractors are running dry. This is why I store water. This is exactly why I store water. Get that large dumping site over there and another one here. Dust storm down in 6 hours. I have a decent amount of power. Let's turn the machine parts factory back on. Because I really need that. And I'm just going to call in a drop-off now. Because it's the fastest way of getting more supplies here. And those machine parts are very crucial to keeping the whole colony operational. The apartments here are done. The electronics factory still needs more concrete, as expected. This one has been... No, it has not been shut down. It just doesn't have power. Oh, get it over with. I need my power. Get the solar panels online. Oh, that was close.
Milestone achieved.
Ah, problematic Moxie. You tap the red light on the terminal with your finger. It should have turned green when the dust storm dissipated. Looks like the Moxie unit is out of order. I can wait for the Moxie to get repaired, I think. Yeah. It'll not work for 24 hours, but that's fine. And I have a milestone achieved. Achieved a special project. As opposed to the, let's say, the other special projects that I was going for. I did unfortunately have a Mars quake. That damaged a few buildings, among which a dome, I think. This one needs repairs. And I need to repair it with concrete. And that's not something I have a load of. Because that thing, too, has been damaged. That is really bad news for that dome. And it also is a good highlighter that I currently have placed all my eggs in one concrete extractor.
This is Mars official
And I'm now
radio
paying the
with
price.
Stay tuned,
At least we have
enjoy,
5% water
take a
on the
break,
planet now,
and just
which helps.
chill. Our sounds will go down like an energy pill.
That one's done. Drop pod coming in very soon. 97, 98, 99, 100. Send it in. Right on top of the supplies. And then just let the drone sort it out. Repair stuff. ASAP. Especially some of, well, actually a good number of factories which are just not operational thanks to a lack of machine parts. Hold on, did it tell something to get disassembled? Accidentally? Maybe. Anomaly analyzed. Discovered a metal deposit. Alright, where? Where's the explorer? There. Nice! Very high. So I'm going to be extracting a load from there. That's excellent. Alright, I say the colony is doing very well. Sure enough, I have a bit of a shortage of machine parts, but I still have a bit of money. I can export another load back to Earth, which I will do right now. And that means that I'm going to get a bit more money, so I can buy additional resources as and when I need them. The new dome should be coming online soon, and then I can transfer over the workforce from the electronics factory from here to there, so that I can build my electronics back up again. So there's plenty to do, and well, there's always more to do on Mars. It's just going to take time. And that's time I don't have in this episode, but I do have it next week. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. And join me next week, as we can be continuing to survive Mars. Or die trying. See you next week.